Do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face.
Alright, it's the day of the festival.
It's the day of the festival. Of all the days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should nearly be complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. More excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Des! You're the first one here! Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Des. I mean, especially after you exchanged with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But... Stammer embarrassed. Did Sawyer really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so... Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Huh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a sudden chill down my spine after hearing that. Do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. Grab one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, it really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it a almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poems for the one they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Well, Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. That's really up. Dude. Well, she needs some like Xanax and a counselor and maybe a padded room. I'm not joking about. I'm not putting down mental health at all. At all. I'm just saying, like, yeah. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Des? What's wrong? What do you mean, what's wrong? Wait, how can you stand there? Look at What's wrong? Did you read that poem? That's not metaphorical. The girl is in need of some help. Like, you guys are high schoolers. She needs help.
Flame's here. He's laughing.
She needs...
Your line is, nothing.
Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. You think? But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? Really? That's your reaction. I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself! Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? Should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I didn't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and I let myself in. Sayori. She really is a heavy sleeper. Oh no. I swallow. Oh no. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Oh god. Waking her up at her own house. Yep, let's hope she wakes up. And that more something a boyfriend would do. In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori! Wake up, dummy! There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter a room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? No, dude, just open the door. But she really is going to open the door. No, not gently, just open. Come on, open the door.
Flame in the chat says, "Here we go." LOL. I think we broke Desiree for a moment. Let's give her a minute. You okay?
Yep. Yep. Dot.
Yeah. An exception has occurred.
See trace back text for details. Alright. What the hell? No, dude, not what the hell. Okay. What the hell? Yeah, dude, I've already been through all this. Is this a nightmare? No. Has to be. Nope. This isn't real. Yes, it is. There's no way this can be real. Yes, it is. Sayori wouldn't do this. Dude, she told you yes. Is nobody even listening to this girl? Everything was normal up until a few days ago. Nope. That's why I can't believe my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. That's a bit more normal. Just yesterday. I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession. That has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her. Walked her to school, gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship. And I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. But it is. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Dude, okay, never. End.
Don't you love the music in this game?
What's going on now?
Oh, I mean, well, you got the bad ending. You want to try again?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I think this is new game here. Yeah.
I feel like something's... What happened usually that bad?
So it's a new game.
It's not F.
What?
I can't say that.
Oh.
I see an orange girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally supposed to pay attention to my daughter herself. That girl is my neighbor, a good friend since we were children. What the F is happening? You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you know each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. I've read all of this. But she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let bleh catch up to me. What the?
There we go.
It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friends, groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time to meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. School day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I just had no choice but to start with the anime club. Des? Monica? Oh my goodness! I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyways? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature. That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? kind of embarrassing. There are only 3 of us so far. Like, game just threw out of existence?
What are you talking about? I'm not gonna tell you.
Alright. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Monica say she? Hey, Des. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome! You're really sweet, Des. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks today. I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. We already sold it for a cupcake, so I timidly followed Monica across the school and upstairs the section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
It might help for you to actually control this part at this point. Just because you've read some of this already.
Yeah? I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyways, welcome to the club, Des! ... All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably first year. Anyways, this is Natsuki's energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Des in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica? Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. Ha, I didn't forget that, but it just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Des? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, yes. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Yes. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. No, it's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. She faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Des, what kind of things do you like to read? Manga. I'm gonna say manga. Well, manga. Doing how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obviously, by the way, her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once.
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 Alright, let's switch seats. Well, you bring your seat over here because you should control the mouse for the second half.
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah, just trust me.
Okay.
You can just click anywhere to make it advance the text.
Okay. Alright.
Mouse. You get it in this window.
Okay. Just anywhere?
Anywhere in the window.
Okay. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. The real horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, only for a brief moment. You like this game? Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes darted over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? Gives you that idea? I'm gonna drop the voice acting for a little bit. You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club's meeting. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of this is repeated, obviously.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't hit the X.
Oh, hit the X.
When it's actually verbatim copied, this little skip button will highlight, and you can just tell it to skip part that you've already read.
Okay.
It's actually different right now Because there's a character missing.
Yeah, the character missing.
Yeah.
It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Suki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess. Sometimes. It's very awkward to...
Here, let me make this easier for you.
Yeah?
Yeah. One sec, guys. We're going to rearrange a little bit. Maybe.
Oh.
There we go. Yeah, no, I'm fixing it. Okay. Now you can just face the computer there.
Cool.